6:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I apologize for the long time between the last update, but it's just been hectic with Julie's surgery and the baby. Well, my son. Just haven't had a chance. So I wanted to come at you while I have a chance right now. I'm going to talk about a few things. Got an article about Stellar and the transactions it's done and yada, yada, yada. But first, I want to start here. We'll talk about the airdrop in a second. But UB2Sob, UB2B, check out his Twitter. Links in my video description below. He is a meme genius and beyond. So I want to go over a few of these. Beware the FUD association. Only a slow death awaits. God, I love this. And I want to do it through Twitter so that you guys can see his, so you guys can see it on Twitter. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Beware the FUD assassins. He's just so clever. So clever with this stuff. Beware the FUD association. They bring only distraction. And if you guys watch my show, you can see how he puts in so much effort. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, CryptoFX. I appreciate that. We got truth will resonate in the hearts of those willing to listen. UB2B. God, these are awesome. Listening doesn't cast a thing. Why didn't I just listen to Tom's word? He tried so hard to warn me. I couldn't have avoided all my losses. Join Tom's army and the T-Fam. Fucking brilliant. Love that. And then I want to do this one. Knowledge isn't wisdom. Listening isn't hearing. And hearing isn't understanding. Looking isn't seeing. And seeing isn't comfort or comprehending. Hashtag be better, do better. Fucking brilliant. UB2Sob, I love it. Let's do these last two. Be a part of something greater. You're just a trash-talking keyboard warrior. How can you compare to the TA master? Join Tom's army and the T-Fam and find out. UB2B. Swings are fun, but I love being hodlered. Join Tom's army. And look, just a little of his random art right here, too. I mean, this is fantastic. This is his cloud art. You guys really need to check it out. He does more than just what he sends to me, too. So it's brilliant. Literally, the first thing I do when I wake up, if I see it, my Twitter has his cloud art, it's the first thing I do. So we're going to get into this real quick. I want to read this, and then we'll go into the airdrop and whatnot. So Stellar Network processes 1.8 billion transactions. Was 2021 its best year ever? The Stellar Development Foundation, SDF, has published the end-of-the-year metrics for their ecosystem and the underlying network. Kenny, this one's particularly important for you and me because we both love XLM. Presented by Danelle Dixon, Executive Director and CEO at the SDF, the metrics showed a significant increase across the board. In 2021, per the report by the SDF, the Stellar Network experienced a 32% rise in its number of total accounts with respect to 2020. The number of total accounts stands at 6 million. On the other hand, the Stellar Network has processed over 1.8 billion total operations. This represents a 127% increase since 2020. The total asset available on this ledger have risen from 8,639 to 90,297. Which represents a 945% increase over the same period. The SDF claims the rise over these metrics suggests there is a growing interest in the Stellar Network. In that sense, they added the following while showing more data on relevant assets. It's not just about raw network growth. We track growth in relevant assets. Assets tethered to real financial instruments and relevant asset transactions. Since the start of 2021, we've seen 11% of relevant assets and 2.3x increase in daily transaction volume of these assets. As a consequence, the Stellar ecosystem has expanded. The SDF records over 10 new anchors coming into the network during this year. This represents a 33% increase since 2020. The anchor services for this network stand at 30. As shown in the image below, most of these entities are spread across the globe, with a significant percentage in North America, Latin America, and Africa. In 2021, the SDF saw the deployment of stablecoin USD coin on the Stellar Network managed by the Centra Consortium created by Coinbase and the Circle. The USDC is one of the most important digital assets to transact in the crypto space. This was one of Stellar's most important partnership this year. The ecosystem was leveraged by MoneyGram and other major companies. In addition, the SDF's Enterprise Fund invested over $74 million in projects for companies such as AirTM, Tala, and Wire. The community was a big part of this year's progress for Stellar, as reported by the SDF. This organization worked with over 50 universities and thousands of students everywhere from hackathons and other activities. The initiative Stellar Quest welcomed new developers for the ecosystem and generated over 2,700 per the report. And that the Stellar Community Fund was also a great success, which granted over $4 million in the XLM token to be used for developing DeFi, NFTs, and many more use cases on this network. The SDF celebrated a tremendous 2021 and presented its strategic objectives for 2022. This includes increasing Stellar's network capacity and innovation, increasing the level of participation, and demanding and promoting diversity and inclusion. As of press time, XLM trades at 28 cents with a 1.2% profit in the last 24 hours. So I thought that was absolutely fascinating. So let's start with XLM, and then we'll get into XRP and the airdrop. So this is what we're seeing with XLM. I don't know. We're coming up to the 30-minute time frame at support at 27.4. It looks like we've started a topping reversal, and we were trying to see if we could finish off this cut, but we could have got beaten down here. So we're going to see if this retraces down. If we break down past the 27.4, we do have a 26.4 hold point, but it's likely going to come down to 25.1. But if this rounding isn't done, we're just coming to backtest the 30-minute time frame at 27.4. So if we hold this, I mean, to be honest with you, if we held this, that means Bitcoin holds. So we're just going to go on the hypothetical we hold this. There's still room for this, guys. There's still room to profit on Stellar. There's still 12% here up to 30 cents. From that retrace down there. That's a fantastic move. That's a fantastic buy, too, if it holds 27.4. So keep that in mind, because there is a chance that we rounded this bottom like I was showing on the bottom, and then I simply just attached it across to show you how it could look to finish off a cup. Then you'd expect it to, pour out and retest, and then if it was going to bounce, it would do something like that. But if it poured out and, it couldn't backtest, you would get something, we poured out, and then you would probably get a hanging W, and it would look something like that if we came up there. The alternative right now is XLM falls through the 30-minute time frame, and then it just comes down, because it's going to have to come down here if it does. So this is what we're seeing. This is what we're feeling. This is below it is what we're expecting if it breaks down, and then it'll bounce back around. So we're going to see. So that's what we're seeing with XLM, XRP. We fell below the 30-minute time frame. I did buy and was part of the snapshot. Told you guys yesterday and this morning I felt like we were going to crash right before the snapshot. A lot of people thought it was going to pump. I really thought it was going to crash. Not crash, but at least drop 5 or 10%, which it did. And I managed to not buy it at where a lot of people were when it was at $1.01 or $1 or 98 cents this morning. I got it for 0.917. I had just over $5,000 worth. Sold it right after the snapshot. And I didn't sell it at 4:01 or 3:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I ended up waiting like 15 minutes. Just so Uphold said you just had to have it in your account at 8 p.m. UTC, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I didn't just keep it in a minute. I kept it in 15. In and out. I lost like 1.1% with the fees and everything, but I was happy I got the snapshot. Total loss to the account was about $100. Nothing major. All of it was on the in and out fees, because I was actually, I think, 1/10 of a cent higher when I sold it, but I just wanted the snapshot. And then it was funny how it happened, though, right before I bought it literally, 4 minutes before the snapshot. I got the best price. And then I got to sell it without losing anything. So, big percentages. So that's what I ended up doing. So I don't have any XRP. I just bought it for the snapshot. Perfect, That was the only reason. Like I said yesterday, what I was going to do, I did exactly what I told you guys. I found the best possible price, bought it, and got out with minimal loss. So, and wasn't interested in holding it. It wouldn't even have mattered if XRP didn't look like this. I already knew it was coming down, because we talked about this, how we were creating this M-topping reversal yesterday. So it was ironic how it was at perfect timing. One of those buy the rumor, sell the news, once again. A lot of people on YouTube are telling me that we're about to bust out today. Like, we were going to $1.13 without any kind of retrace. Like, it's over. That's what they kept saying. Go look at Hayden. Looks like a complete douchebag again. And the reason I say that is because how we could say we're about to break out, we have to back test these areas. Like right now, I'd be looking for a hit down here at 88 cents and back test this again. I mean, if we're going to try, we could back test that way up there. Or if we're going to be more conservative, XRP doesn't have to go way up there. It could back test way lower. XRP could just back test right here, and then you could have an 88 to 94, and that would be a fantastic swing play, in my opinion. As long as you're 3.25% over, that's what my math tells me. As long as you're over 3.25% up when you sell it, you made more than enough to cover your in and out fees. So everybody always asks me the magic number if you just want to cover in and out and have a little bit for taxes, 3.25% or more. If you don't think you can even get 3.25%, well, don't get in. So, but that's something I could see happening. We could also get rejected. We're trading between zones now, and you know, we got 91,499 that we could start to do this until we do eventually crash out. So it doesn't look like we're going up from here. If anything, it looks like we're going to have to come back down. We broke through all these time frames again. Even the 4 hour looks awful. You can just see how I'm talking. There could be a right shoulder up to like 96, 97, 98 cents. But it wouldn't even be a right shoulder, guys. It's kind of like an indent. You know, you could get something like that. So that's what I'd be watching for with XRP. I've been wanting to do an update all day. I was excited about being part of the solo snapshot. First one I've ever been a part of. I was very happy with Uphold's decision last night at the last second to include and become, you know, getting a word from Sologenic. So that means whoever's got the snapshot, that means even though Solo's not on Uphold, that means in the future they will be once the snapshot. So that's one good thing. If your place doesn't have Solo but they allowed you to participate in the snapshot, it's going to be on your server, on your exchange once the snapshot is done. And once they give you your money, eventually Sologenic's going to be traded. With Uphold, the condition was it's not tradable when they first give you it. So my Sologenic will have to sit even if it's worth $1 million. I don't know when you are able to sell, but not initially. So but a word for the wise, my uncle, back in the day when he used to buy Bitcoin, they used to throw him stuff. He got some coin, kind of like Sologenic, didn't really know what it was part of the ecosystem in a way. And it was just some bullshit coin that was worth a couple dollars. And then he kept it for a couple years and didn't pay attention to it. One day, he's like, holy crap, that's the coin I own. It was up like 600 or 700%. He ended up, for something he didn't even put any money on, he made a ton of money on it. And you're talking, my uncle bought Bitcoin when it was under $1,000. Like around $300-400. He bought his first. He had like, I don't know, he made a shitload off of it. And I was only like 15, 16 when he used to talk to me about it. And I wish I would have listened. I didn't understand. We understand now. So, this is what we're seeing. 91 cent resistance right now. 91.7, I would say. 88.7. Just below it at support. Because if we fall through this, it's basically coming down to the short-term moving average. But we'll spread it out. So, it's really at 88 cents. This is basically how it looks. If it falls through 88 cents, then you got a whole nother problem. And Tang knows what I'm talking about. You fall through 88, and it's not terrible problems, but then you got to come to 83, and then if 83 doesn't hold, then you got 78 to 75, because Tang knows if it doesn't hold that, you're probably going to retest the middle of that section right here. And that's why I love Tang, because he understands. And that's Holly, I believe in the chat. Yeah, Holly. So make sure you're paying attention when he's putting stuff in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button, turn that bell notification on. Consider joining Tom's Army. We're down to 174 members. Yes, I know. Right before Christmas, we lost 3 members. Such a shame. I believe we deserve to have 200 members of Tom's Army, but it's always going to be a struggle. We're up from 158 just 2 short months ago. So even though we're losing members, we're gaining members. So if you're on the fence, I highly encourage you to join Tom's Army. It really does help support me, especially now. It would give me, boost the old spirits. Twitter, make sure you join that as well. It's got all my other content with my Swing Traders Anonymous and my ISO headquarters. Swing Traders Anonymous, guys, getting dangerously close to partnership. Dangerously close. Swing Traders Anonymous up to 920 subscribers, guys. So if you guys haven't been a part of this, check it out. I do the total crypto market cap, Bitcoin tether, Bitcoin dominance chart, the BITO, and then I cover Bitcoin at the end. And then we had the swing trade on XRP last night, the long and short, and you could have nailed both of them very quickly. Could have made a nice return both ways. But this channel's been getting 500 plus views on most of the videos. There's some that are under 400, 300 you'll see in a few of these, but the channel's been growing rapidly. Like I said, 920 subscribers. We're just about met. We only need about 250 more watch hours. So to get the 80 subscribers and the 250 watch hours, and we'll be partners. It's crazy. Never thought I'd have one partner station, let alone two. Be part of the fun. Join Tom's Army.